The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from SoFi. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyren Williams. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Chris Braswell there on the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Stafford gonna give it to Cora. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. 3rd down and 9. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So it's 4th down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
To the left side, to Godwin. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, Baker. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Mayfield. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Baker to throw. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On first down is Mayfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. A successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. Throwing is Baker. Godwin working the right side. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Bucs will take a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with the pressure too much, and he goes down. That's Hassan Reddick getting in there to bring him down.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Here comes Otten in motion. 2nd down throw from Mayfield. That's caught left side by Otten. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They send Godwin in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Tristan Wirfs, former first-round pick, with the flag. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. He finds his tight end, Keith. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? They go play action with Mayfield. Short pass taken in by the tight end. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Bucs have the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. They send Godwin in motion. Throwing now on third and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Hassan Reddick there to make the play. 2nd and 7. They put Adams in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. He'll pop this ahead for about 4. But it will set up third down. Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Right back to Irving. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here now, 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Baker gonna hand it to White. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Mayfield. To the tight end, Otten with the grab. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. They send Godwin in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 2nd down, a run with White. And he will work his way to the 11-yard line. Good running and a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A give, and here's White. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
He'll try to run for it.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down. But they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Buccaneers, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead. McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the 1st down. They'll start this on the ground with Quorum. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by White. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. Baker to throw. Down the field, it's Evans. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Baker. He's got his man right side. It's complete. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10, and he'll take it on in. Cade Otten. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This one, returnable. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. On first down is Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today. This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. So we have reached the intermission in what is right now a 13-point game as we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Here comes Otten in motion. On first down, here's Irving. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Cameron Curl up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Second down and 8. Now Mayfield to the outside. Catch made by Evans. Here's a third down and 4. To throw is Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. They send Evans in motion. On first and 10, here's Baker. Now, screen set up for Irving. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On the give, it's White. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw. The throw on the run is complete.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Williams.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Rams offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Cora. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. Hassan Reddick there to make the play. They put Adams in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
This offense just can't buy a 3rd down conversion right now, Mike. And if you're not going to have a lot of explosive plays, that's just not a formula for success. The ability to sustain drives, maintain possession, that's a critical factor in scoring points in the NFL. And so far, this has been about as bad as it gets.
The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That's caught left side by Otten.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here's 3rd and 2. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So, from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. The Rams offense ready for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. Open man, that's Adams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They put Adams in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
It's Stafford throwing from the pistol. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here's Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here comes Otten in motion. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll go again here with Irving. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll put a receiver in motion right. From the gun, it's Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. Throwing is Baker. It's complete to Evans. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They go play action with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Baker to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was looking for Blake Corum out of the backfield. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Rams 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he will score. Game on. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Rams. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bucs offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. Man in motion, heading left. 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Now, screen set up for Irving. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Receiver in motion. Going right. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. They'll look underneath here for Irving. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They send Godwin in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. And this ball batted away and incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Now he'll run it. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues. Good-looking drive rolls on. 18 more yards.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They send Godwin in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. To the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to White. And he'll take this down to about the 15. They'll send him over to the left. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. On play action, Mayfield. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Kinchen.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. And not really anywhere to go there. He'll take this up only to the 4. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Cora. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Cora. The Rams punting unit coming out. Will be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Buccaneers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. They get the center, Graham Barton. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. So 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's a give up the middle with White. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. They'll drop to throw. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give, and this is Irving. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. The Rams use their third and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. He'll run over center with White, and he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. Mayfield. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here for the Buccaneers. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.